Okay, we're playing the Long Dark, and we're playing the toughest of the challenges, as they are at the moment. This is As the Dead Sleep.
I could use this.
Aim of this challenge is to visit 5 different graves in 5 different locations. They start you out in this lighthouse that's ruined. You can grab a couple of things out of there, not worth going to the top, nothing up there. And you are in one of the new areas, released in late 19, I believe. Should be a few sticks around here. There we go. And the tough thing about this challenge is there is no health regen. If you're a player of the game, you'll know that you can normally sleep, get a bit of health back. In this, no such thing. You'll get stims, which are like adrenaline shots, and they will give you back a little bit of health. And you might get 2-3 stims over the course of this challenge. Just depends on luck, depends on how far out of your way you want to go to find the stims. You definitely need a couple of those stims because you're going to have ropes to climb that are difficult to climb if you haven't got them. And at the start of this challenge, we start up there in the lighthouse, and as quick as possible, well, going the route I take anyway, we're going to get down to this little fishing hut and then into that little cabin there. If you're a hardcore interloper player, you're probably not going to learn a lot from this. If you're a casual player, yeah, it might be of some use to you. Talking and playing at the same time?
Can't feel my feet.
Not something I'm very experienced at. So if you see me making an odd mistake here and there, you'll just have to excuse me. Okay, we got in here just before our temperature ran out. Okay, first thing when we get inside here,
What have we here?
look for some better clothes. I think we're gonna put that on the outside, put that on the, yeah, that's not in great condition. It's better than nothing, but you want the stuff with the best wind condition on the outside. All that stuff there is what's on the outside. That's got the best wind protection on it. So the stuff with best wind protection, put on the outside. Pair of gloves. I'd much prefer to have gotten a hat. No hat. Dog food. Right, at any point in this game as you're going through this, there's options. You can decide as you go along what you're going to do, and there's no completely right or wrong way about it. Like here, you could go to the trouble of getting a bit of kindling together, or tinder rather, not kindling, and lighting a fire, heating up before you get back out. Granola. In my case, because we're making a video and I want to get through it quite quickly, I'm just going to sleep for an hour to get the temperature back up. And I'm going to be skipping a few things that you might otherwise do. Yeah, temperature's not great, but it'll be fine. For instance, we could have just made a hat back there, but we didn't. We're going to lose a bit of health as we leave this zone, but it's fine. There's a bear that spawns around here. I think his cave is back there somewhere. And sometimes he will wander up into this area, and he is definitely a threat. Bears are big, bears are slow, just stay out of his way and you'll be fine. But be aware that he's in the area. Timber wolves, they spawn around here in packs. Don't think I've ever seen them in this area just around here, but they're definitely spawn up there. They definitely spawn on the other side of the bridge just over there. We're going to slightly shortcut through this area. We're going to take what's called the secret mountain pass. And what I do is I make a beeline towards, see that red tower up there, make a beeline towards there. Not seeing any wolves, not seeing a bear. Should take out a flare just as a precaution.
Can't feel my hands.
My hands? Yeah, I've got a pair of gloves on. This is one of those little emergency shelters here. By the way, just for the record, that's some of the reason I grabbed that cloth right there. If you've got cloth and you've got twigs, obviously you can make yourself an emergency shelter. And you've also got the option then, if you've got a sewing kit, of making yourself up a head map. We're not going to hang around getting too many of these because we're going to start losing health now. As soon as your temperature goes down to 0, you're losing health. So you do not want to be hanging around here. And you lose it quickly enough. I don't do a lot of sprinting in this. I try to reserve the sprinting for when I really need it. Through the little gap. I don't regard that as a cheat. There's a gap there, taking it. You could light a fire in here if you wanted. Get your heat back up. And this, if you follow this pathway all the way around, you end up at a dead guy. I never bother because I've been round to him a couple of times, never seen anything worthwhile on him. So, we are going to drop down here and hope not to see any timber wolves. Speaking of which, ideally have a flare out just as a precaution. As general good practice in this game, when you have the high ground, take a look around. So, just past here there's a cave to the right. And if we wanted to, we could duck into that cave, light a fire, regain some health. Not regain health, sorry, regain our temperature. I'm just going to cut up here just so you can see the cave, there it is. Yeah, we could duck into there, light a fire, and regain some heat. Get the temperature back up to full, and that way we wouldn't be losing quite as much health as it is. I'm not bothering. Again, making a video, so I'm gonna try and cut through the areas reasonably fast. Can't really go too far wrong here if you take that mountain pass. You've got the mountains to your right. Just keep them on your right hand side. Don't go wandering over there. I should be taking a few more precautions here with looking out for timber wolves, but I'm trying to just get on with it because we need to get out of this area. At least if you die in this region, you haven't got too far to go back to restart it. Taking a mental note of the maple there from in here on Survivor. There's the two waterfalls. Little frozen river down here. Okay, cattails, cattails, cattails. Gonna grab a couple of them hopefully before we get out. Where are you, cattails? All the way down there. Not worried about the food. 150 calories in each one of these, not worried about that. What we need them for is to make sure we've got plenty of tinder. Because I don't want to be messing around having to make tinder. And everything is level 1, so our firelighting skills and everything else all level 1 at work, so we're going to have some failed attempts at lighting fires. Oh, be careful crossing this river as well. There's weak ice here, you can go in. I usually cross at that point there where the ice is quite bright. Oh, stop doing that. Let's put that away. Problem is if you go to click on these cattails when it's very windy like this, you don't always get them at the perfect spot. Maybe you should aim further down. Maybe it's just my bad technique. Okay, you can hear the birds. Birds flying over a dead wolf, and that signals that we're at the exit. If you can get out of this area, out of Bleak Inlet, only having lost about a fifth of your health, you're doing alright. You're doing okay. So there's the cave, and that cave is going to lead us out into Forlorn Muskeg. And in Forlorn Muskeg we're going to go to the Old Spence homestead for a quick warm up, brew up a couple of drinks, and then from there we're going to head down to Broken Railroad, and inside Broken Railroad you have the maintenance yard, and at the maintenance yard is our first grave. If you open up your log in the game, you'll see a list of the graves that you have to visit. And I'm not necessarily taking the easiest route, but I am taking the shortest route. Easiest route would be going into Mystery Lake first. Purely because Mystery Lake is a much easier zone. And you can get some warm clothes there, and yeah. I'm not hanging around here to warm up. I'll explain why in a second. All I want to do is grab a torch.
Well, thank goodness for that.
I don't need the torch to see my way through the place. It's not hard to find your way through this cave in the dark. I need the torch just so my temperature is kept up above 0, so I'm not losing health. And I suppose the other advantage of having a torch coming through here is you can grab a couple of bits of coal that you'd otherwise probably miss. Sometimes a dead guy up here. Dead guy will have a flare on him. If the dead guy is not here, no. Poor beggar is sometimes impaled on those stalactites there. Stalagmites? Stalactites? Stalagmites. And if the dead guy is not there, go down here to the right. We'll get there eventually. And it's here, beside the bed. Handy little bed there if you're really stuck and you need a bed. Little cul-de-sac to the left. And you'll find out this torch is going to go out before we reach the end of the cave. That's going to be slightly annoying. Yeah, we'll just waste a match. Not a big deal. Yeah, there's a cul-de-sac down there to the left with a couple of bits of coal, but we're not going to bother with it. Go on, can we get a fire lit before this goes out? Come on, let's chance it. Let's look all pro. Stick, start fire. Come on. We saved a match. We saved one entire match. I found this challenge to give you plenty of matches. Oh, for crying out loud.
Come on. Come on.
So much for being a hero. The start of the game there, sometimes to give you a cooking pot or an extra can. I don't remember picking up a can or a cooking pot. Oh, God, Bennett. Do we have a book? Oh, we used the book back there on the last fire. Still be fine. When we get to Spencer's homestead, there'll be more matches there.
Come on. Come on.
Reason I'm lighting the fire here is because while we're heating up a bit of water and stuff here, we can scoot out. Let's throw all of that on the ruined torch. Thanks very much. Yeah, well, that water is heating up. We can do a couple of things. We are missing head wrap. Wait a second. Think what you're doing here for a second. Cook. All sips. Cook. Torch. Torch. Okay, that's better. So while that's cooking... Wow, this is nice outside. No wind, no storm, no fog. Okay, what's it gonna throw at me instead? Instead of snow. Yeah, surprisingly good conditions. I generally, on these kind of runs, let the weather dictate what I'm doing. Because if you're in a place where you're generally, you might sleep 3-4 hours, the weather conditions are really good. Skip the sleeping. Skip the cooking. Keep going while the weather's good. Just heat up a drink, down the drink, keep going, make the best of the good weather. If the weather's awful, yeah, if you have to shelter up there for 10-12 hours, it's better than going out in the middle of a storm. Better get some stones. Hopefully, the conditions will be like that when we go back out. This game has a horrible thing of you nip into a building, you're only in there 2 minutes, and then you go outside and the weather conditions are horrible. Yeah, that's useless. That's good. Try and get a few good torches out of this now. No. No, come on, give us a nice one. That'll do. Wow, you are giving us a lot of rubbish here. See the advantage now if you had, two cooking utensils. I could have made up a lot more stuff than this. That's a nice one. Anything over 40% is okay. Don't forget the can. I've done that before, by the way. Look at all those torches. Okay, I've done that before. Been so busy concentrating on other things, I've forgotten to take the can with me. The advantage of doing it that way is we...
I would drink almost anything about now.
yeah, you could do with a drink. We're going to drink that hot drink in a second. That'll keep you going. The advantage of doing it that way, lighting the fire at the exit of the cave, is that it gives you options, because you've already grabbed a few mushrooms. You're definitely going to need mushrooms and berries for hot drinks. It's nice to have the torch lit coming down through here. Not seeing any wolves. Sometimes get a wolf down here. Oh, by the way, you can't get lost on this leg of the journey. Come out of the cave, take a left, go straight. Okay, that is very random and very strange. I never put on my head wrap after making it. Not the smartest thing in the world. Huh. Yeah. A hat just lying in the middle of the ground. I genuinely am surprised at that. I don't remember ever seeing anything like that in the game before. Anyway, as I said, right, as I was rambling on about, the advantage of lighting the fire at the exit of the cave is that you can pop out, grab a few mushrooms, and then on your trip through here, from the cave down to the Spence farmhouse, you're not under pressure then to grab more mushrooms and berries. If you run into a problem with wolves, if you run into a problem with temperature, you're not going to be under mad pressure. You know you have them on you. Try to time it right with the drinks. I'm not very good at that. It's not the thing I'm best at, is timing it right with the drinks. Right, we're going to get a good torch. If you take it from that selection wheel at the top, it automatically gives you the best one in your inventory. And the reason I want a good one is because this area here is downright dodgy. You sometimes get two wolves skulking around those abandoned houses down there. Sometimes they can be out in the middle of there. Yeah, we have time, we can get a few more mushrooms. The more we get now, the less we'll have to get later. So make the best of good conditions. It's a good motto to live by in this game. I'm not a professional YouTuber, by the way. COVID-19 and all that. Stuck at home a lot. So I just thought I'd try out doing some sort of tutorial with narration. I know you're supposed to do it, how do the professionals do it? They always sound, well, there's stuff for those wolves. How do the professionals do it? They always sound really chirpy and cheerful. Welcome to the long dark. Welcome to the long dark. This is As the Dead Sleep. This is your weekly tutorial. Yeah, something like that. Okay, wolves. If you watch the guys who play a lot of the Long Dark on Interloper, which is one of the toughest standard settings without going into custom settings, they do a lot of crouching, stop to look around, and then they get out stones and they throw stones. And they're probably right. It's the way to go. But when I have a torch in my hand, I'll be honest, I tend to be a little bit gung-ho about it. Because as long as they don't meet the wolf head on. Let's get this out of the way first. What was that, about 19, 20? I really should pay attention. Ah, shoot, yes, that's why I should pay attention. I thought it was further on than that. 17. Right, pay attention this time. Watch, 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 watch. This is the advantage of when you're younger. Your eyes and your reflexes and everything are faster. You get to a middle-aged farty guy like me and 17. You can't multitask as well, and your concentration isn't as good. What was it? 30 something? Or 20 something? Okay, stop talking and concentrate. 26, wasn't it? Yeah, 26. Could have been better, could have been worse.
This'll come in handy.
Jeans are a good find. Anything that gives us extra temperature is a good find. Right, what do we want to do? Do you know, I'm almost tempted to skip the place. Weather conditions are so good. Genuinely, I'm tempted just to heat up a drink and skip this place completely. Word of warning, with the food, be careful. Don't eat the food unless you're reasonably confident it's not going to be food poisoning. Go on then, let's light this regardless. Right. But yeah, if the weather conditions are good, why not? Just keep going. We could.
Well, that didn't work.
Don't we have a book? We have a book. Yeah, books are useful, handy on for lighting fires. Bit heavy, but they increase your chance up to about 80%. Oh, come on. Where's... Using newspaper make any difference? Trying to remember. Come on, 80%. Wow. Nah, 80%. Newspaper makes no difference. Okay. This is a bit tedious for a YouTube video, isn't it? Standing here, trying to relight a fire.
Come on.
So how are you all doing? There we go.
That did it.
Yes. 2 pieces of coal. Sugar on that. No, we'll hang on to those sticks. Right. As soon as that heats up, we'll get warmed up and we might sleep or we might get out of here. Another sewing kit. Anything else? Nada, nada, nada. I didn't put on water, did I? Yeah, because I'm not even sure if I'm going to stay here. Will we get out of here? Just make a hot drink? Let's make one hot drink and see.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
I think these restore a bit of moisture. So let's get ourselves filled up a little bit. Yeah, they don't give you much. Give you a tiny bit. These are all quite heavy. 0.3 of a kilo each. So cans of dog food, get rid of them. Eat them up. Let's see on the clothes. Is that any better than that? It most certainly is better. That would be better if we repaired it, but we're not doing any repairs. 3 minutes till ready. Let's see, what do we need to do? We need to drink a little bit. Yeah, we're not doing brilliant on water. Yeah, let's tell you what, look, let's not be stupid about it. Let's get some water cooked up. You definitely don't want to be running out of water, because if you need to heat up a hot drink in an emergency and you haven't got water. Yeah, conditions look even better now. Let's see, we're gonna drop that. We're gonna drop the drink to keep it warm. We're hanging on to those gloves just for now because they weigh so little. It's just in case we need an extra cloth in an emergency. Right. Let's get that out of the way. Because I do not want to forget that tea. 11 minutes, 6 minutes, and then we might just get out of here. Ah, come on. Good torches. Good torches, good torches, yes. Yeah, if you're taking your time with this, you could have a sleep here, but as I said, you could have a sleep, and then you could wake up and the weather conditions could be god awful. So, make the best of the weather conditions. We have enough stamina. Let's just go. 1 minute, 2 minutes, come on, come on. Remember they can. Didn't forget anything here, did I? I looked everywhere, got the food under there, checked under there, checked under there. I think I might have missed a call out the back of the place, but I'm not worried about that. And we're going to be gung-ho again, straight out. Is any interloper players watching now? That we wondering what the hell I'm playing at, not being more careful about the wolves. Okay. But to be fair, I was keeping an eye out here every so often, and I wasn't seeing wolves around here. But yeah, conditions like this, get going. Made the best of it. This is why I wasn't too worried about a call, and the game gives you plenty of it as you go through it. Okay, it's worth, if you're trying to learn the route, paying attention to where I go now. Because this is the quickest way out of here. It will save a lot of time. There's that, what do you call it, little pier that comes out. And we're going to go this direction. And we're going to skirt around the edge of this ice path that's here. And then hop onto that island just straight in front of us. And this is where you have to be a little bit careful, because there is weak ice here. Are we good? We're good. Quick check on the clothing. Drink a hot drink. Get a wolf, a bear is in this area, 100%, you always swear that 100%. Yeah, there he is. So the bear over there, what you're looking for is this little island with 2 trees on it. And this ice seems to be, I think, okay around here. And once you come in between these trees, there we have it, there's the exit. It's as quick as that. So there's the railway carts down there, and this is what I mean about making the best of good conditions, because we can see a mile in every direction. Which is lovely. This condition here is about as good as you could hope to get. It's clear, it's not too cold, we're nearly at full temperature, our water's good, our stamina's at half, which is fine, because we're going to be sleeping in after we get the grave. Water's fine, food's fine, so everything's looking fairly good, which probably means something really bad is about to happen. It's usually the way it goes in Long Dark. Just when you think, hey, it's going well, you walk around the corner and something eats you. Right, other side of here. A second. Yeah. Yeah, I was just listening out to see if there's any wolves around the corner. The other side of there, a wolf skulks around that area there. Don't know does he ever come as far as here, but I don't take any chances. Are the drinks still hot? Ah, it's gone cold. No harm. To be honest, drinking that other drink while it was still hot would have seemed like a bit of a waste considering how good our temperature is. No point wasting the drinks. And that's it. We are out of Forlorn Muskeg for now. We are straight into Broken Railroad. Let's hope if the conditions are like this, it'll be lovely. Still confused about that hat. Seriously, what the hell was that hat just doing there, lying in the middle of the snow? I've played a lot of this game. I don't remember ever just wandering along and seeing a hat lying in the middle of the snow like that. I should have taken a screenshot and put it up on Reddit. I think, right, this area here, there is one wolf. He's usually back there in that gap. See the gap between the hills? He's usually off back there, but at the same time, still keep an eye out. What I generally do is kind of stick to the right hand side, just down there, because at least if you've got a wall to your side, he can't come at you from that side. Can't believe how good the conditions are. I feel like I'm playing on easy mode. Right, okay. Yeah, if the conditions stay like this, we should easily make it into the maintenance yard without losing any more health. Because it's usually when you get down here, you've got to make a decision. If you're losing temperature very fast, then you're going to be losing health very fast, so you might have to stop, light up a fire. I don't regard anything like this, by the way, where you can just cut over the hills. I don't regard it as cheating. Definitely not as well when it's as easy as that, because it means the guys who developed the game didn't mind you doing it. It's just knowledge of the areas then, really. Right, this area here is awful for wolves. There's 2-3 wolves and it's a bottleneck. There's one who will either be... Right, just gonna have to be a bit more careful, so don't mind me for a second. Normally if you come through here and the conditions are good enough just to keep a torch lit, you're absolutely delighted. Coming through here and the conditions are good enough that you're not even losing your temperature that fast. It's pretty amazing actually. Right. It'd be lovely to get into the maintenance yard without losing any whoa, throwing it under there. It'd be lovely to make it into the maintenance yard without losing any more health. So it's part of me I don't want to ruin a good run by running into a wolf, because if you run into a wolf at this stage, do you know something? Stuff it. Let's just go for it. You only live once. Go on then. Let's just go for it. What's he running that way for? A strange wolf.
So cold.
Yeah, because we're losing health
Just
now.
want to lay down for a bit.
See that wolf coming straight at me? When they're coming straight at you like that, that's not good. Oh, this was exciting. Yeah, that was exciting. Okay. Did we lose any health there, I wonder? Okay. Some of the reason I'm doing this way, by the way, is because it's a YouTube video, so let's be honest, you're trying to do everything very quickly because you don't want to drag out the episode, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. Once you're in this place, you saw where the grave was, once we're in this place,
freezing.
you're messing around for a good 10 minutes. Searching through the place, going through drawers, all that type of thing. It's really boring. So what we're going to do, we're going to end the video there and take it up in the next episode. The one thing I'm going to show you before we go, this box here, this here, is important. Because, actually I'll tell you what, let's quickly break it. We have enough water, we have enough food, let's quickly do it. Underneath this box here is where the stim will be. Hopefully. Hopefully. No! Sewing kit! Third sewing kit. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's ruining a really nice run. Okay, yeah, we're ending it there. I'll do all the messing around stuff in this area here, searching through the place and everything off camera. Make sure we've had some sleep, get food, all the rest of it, and we'll head to the grave in the next video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next episode.